Have you ever seen the likes of it before? The excuses that people will make and the depths people will go, bending their mind into a shit pretzel. It baffles me. So obviously Dion goes, or not Dion, Shadur Sanders falls to the 5th round, 144th pick, to probably the worst franchise in the NFL, being the Cleveland Browns. Historically, maybe they're not the worst franchise now. They're historically probably the worst franchise in the NFL. And Twitter's on fire. Twitter's on fire. And let's just go back to kind of set the stage. I was wrong about him saying there's only like 4 teams that I'm okay with not drafting my son. Dion basically said there's all but like 4 teams or, something like that I'm okay with my son going to, and that ostensibly he had some kind of contingency plan if one of the teams that aren't these 4 drafted his son. So I want you to keep that in mind. Then once he gets into free falling, then the narrative is, well, there's some kind of conspiracy. There's some kind of conspiracy and collusion going on that none of these teams want to draft Shedeur right now. This would be like me going up, shooting everyone I come in contact with the bird, taking my pants off, flicking my wiener, and then saying, guys, there's some kind of conspiracy that no one wants to be my friend. Yeah, I couldn't tell you what it is, but all the people in the world are colluding that they don't want to be my friend. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. All right? You can't shoot the middle bird to most of the teams in the NFL and then get mad when none of them want to draft you. You said you don't want to play for them? Fine. And here's the thing. You get to act however and conduct yourself however you want to act and conduct yourself. Okay? They get to say, we don't want nothing to do with you. That's just how the world works, For all these people that are wanting to defend this guy to the moon, maybe they didn't tell you, that's just how the world works, okay? Let me tell you how embarrassing it's getting. Now, the same people are buddying up to this guy. Yeah, I don't know right from left when it's mirrored. Leave me alone. They're buddying up to the world's greatest sports troll, Skip Bayless. Slap yourselves into reasonableness. Any of you that are buddying up to this guy, you just need to delete your Twitters now. Skip Bayless comes out and says, in all caps, his caps lock button is broken now, just in the on position. Skip says Shedeur should have gone first to Tennessee. Shedeur should have gone first to Tennessee. He went 144th to arguably the NFL's worst franchise in a division featuring the 2 best quarterbacks in the NFL in pretty lousy weather. Yeah, now, we're colluding to make sure Shedeur plays in an area that has bad weather. After they've already took Dylan Gabriel. So is Shedeur now just a valuable trading piece? Now, speaking of bending your brain into a shit pretzel, let me just tell you what this is about. Skip Bayless is irrelevant today. He's already outed himself as not having 2 brain cells to rub together in that wrinkled head of his. But this is the same guy that said, hey, what was it, Hamlin, get this kid's body off the field for Buffalo so we can finish playing the game. This is the guy who said, hey, LeBron James is trash, one of the worst players in NBA history. That That is who you're buddying up against. You know, a guy that got absolutely bodied by Jalen Rose, Water Pistol Pete Jr. up here. And even in my own comment section, you know, I have a guy coming in, and I'm just going to kind of go through this so you can see. If you haven't gone back and forth with any of these Dion or Shedeur fans, this is how it goes every time. All right. First, they come out and say something stupid in defense of their person. Like, so let me get this straight. Dion demoted an OC, so that means he will get on social media and talk bad about Shadeur's new coach. What a stretch. Show where he's done this. First of all, that's worse. Just trashing someone's coach is worse than ostensibly firing them because that, and it made no sense. This is in response to the last video I did on this. Tell him, yeah, I mean, he basically accused Dan Lanning of cheating, launched an inquiry with the Pac-12, and the context of that is there was some audio leak that Dan Lanning was talking to his team, and he was like, hey, Colorado, they're just worried about clicks and, you know, Instagram views and all this. I'm paraphrasing. And then beat the living soul out of Dion's team. Because any good team that they played against, they got beat by. All right. BYU twice last year. Dion didn't like that. He didn't like getting called out, and he didn't like his ass getting beat. What does he do? Initiates an inquiry and accuses the team of cheating. Then the Pac-12 asks for evidence. Ooh, evidence. That's something these guys don't like much. Empirical evidence. All right. Then they drop all allegations. Oh, no. Hey, we're just kidding. We're just kidding. If you actually want evidence to support our allegations, we're going to actually just bow out. Kind of like the whole conference ended up doing later. So doesn't like that. Oh, that has nothing to do with Dan Lanning. You know. So I tell him, like, he's already called someone out. This is a quote from Dion, by the way, about a guy. There's a guy that called like Shedeur arrogant, a quarterback's coach. And Dion says, we like to call this stuff out, though. This is Coach Prime, which is dumb that people call him Coach Prime. Honestly, it's not his name. He's the only coach, I think, that insists on being called by a nickname like that. I know who it is. You're going to make him. You're going to make me call him out, and you know what team? Don't make me pull behind the curtain and step in that thing. I try my best to keep it on the high road, but I don't know the address. So Dion's already doing this. All right. So this is the stage, you know, call the stupid thing said, you show how the stupid thing is stupid. Then they just go off in another direction. Says, you're so invested in this, it's sad. You're so invested, it's sad. As if you didn't come into my comment section. It's a Saturday. You come into my comment section, go back and forth. But I'm the one who's so invested in it. Now, I'm making videos about it because it's all anyone's talking about. And I'm going to talk about it because I have a YouTube channel that covers college football. And this is the biggest narrative in that right now. If this man wants to make his own channel and espouses ignorance like I do every other day, then he's welcome to do that. So I tell him, hey, buddy, am I talking to myself here? It just came up on my feed. Just weird to be making videos trash talking other people. Sad. So the guy says, yeah, it's sad to trash talk. Guess he's never been on the internet, never had a football discourse before. Also called me special. Don't like trash talk, but you're special. You're special. You're special needs, but trash talk bad. Trash talk bad. That's how every conversation with these guys goes. So there's really no point in other than trolling and just pointing out the obvious of their stupidity. But look, we'll see what happens with Shedeur. I imagine they recanted their position on, 25 teams or more that I don't want my son to play for. Damn, they must have. Hey, we just kidding, guys. Now that no one wants to draft my kid, just kidding. He can play for anyone, including the worst franchise in NFL history. There's no conspiracy again. This is what happens when you act, you get your baby rattle out, shake it, throw your bottle against the wall. Turns out people don't want anything to do with you. So go ahead and comment why I'm an idiot if you're a Shadur Sanders fan. Also, once this implodes and Shedeur is an afterthought, you can leave your apologies, WreckTalk@gmail.com. We'll go ahead and read them publicly and vindicate you publicly. Y'all have a good one.